It is a process used in animation and concept art industry to establish the feel and look of overall color of the project. To put it simply, this is used to set the mood of the scene using different color combinations and different lighting settings. This is an exploration stage, so you don't have to worry about creating the artwork in detailed manner, or like you don't have to create a really amazing artwork. It is more about exploring different lighting conditions and color combinations, and to check whether it expresses the feel that you're going for. So in this, I'm going to paint the same scene 4 times and explore different color combinations. I'm not sure about it either, so this is going to be fun for me. For the first image, I'm going to overexpose the background and make the character darker. It is more like painting the character in shadows. As a beginner, people tend to make this very common mistake. I have seen it in my students. Like whenever they paint shadows, they think like they have to be black or like really dark. But that's not how a shadow works in real life. You know why? This is because there are different aspects of light that takes place in a scene. And light is a really huge topic to discuss about in this short video. So I'll try to keep it really short. There are two light sources which affects the scene. One is the source light, which gives shadows to the object, and that is the ambient light, which gives light to the shadows. So just don't paint the shadows black anymore, and try to keep it a bit darker than the base color. That will be more than fine. Here I'll give one more cool tip for you. When the light is cooler, the shadows will be warmer, and when the light is warmer, the shadows will be cooler. They are actually vice versa. It's a really nice trick to play around with, and you can add different colors to your shadows. You can clearly see I'm adding red colors to my shadows. It's all about having fun. Just this is the exercise about having fun and exploring new stuff. Just don't feel shy about it. For the second image, I'm thinking of exploring a different lighting condition like a morning or a evening lighting situation. During this time, the sun will be at its horizon and the shadows will be really long. And if you observe it carefully, the world around you will be vibrant during morning and evening lighting situations. So I am going to explore it. So see how it's going to turn up. In the meantime, I'm going to explain why doing key lighting is important. Let's see an example from a really famous movie, Up. In this scene, they got married and they're happy about it. This you can understand from the colors they used, and they are vibrant, they are bright, they are warm. But in this next scene, you can see like he's sad about his lost wife and he's thinking about the past. The colors they used here are muted, desaturated, and the light is bit dull. You can clearly differentiate the mood and feel of both scenes. One portraits the happiness and one portraits the sadness using the same person but using different lighting conditions. This is where color keying comes into play. Here we try out different color combinations and different lighting situations to portray different feel and mood of a scene. Do you know a fun fact? Like it takes 24 hours to render a single frame of Pixar movie, and if you know, there are 24 frames every single second. And if you calculate it for like 100 minutes of a movie, it takes around 400 years to render completely. But fortunately, they have like really fast supercomputer in their rendering system, so even then it takes around 2 years to complete a movie. Once again, we are back to the video, and I am almost done with the second image. This is almost done. Normally, I don't detail it this much because it's not about detailing it. It's all about getting the feel right and getting the color right. And even if the image turns out bad, don't feel bad about it because it's an exercise. You're going to explore. When you're exploring, something turns out good, something turns out bad, but you don't have to worry about it. Just move forward. Uh, for your information, these sketches took me around like 15 to 20 minutes max. So even if it turns out bad, I'll just ignore it. I'll even scrap it. I don't even worry about it because it's still an exercise and it's a thing about having fun. So just be chill. Don't get stressed out when doing this exercise. Just have one thing in mind: have fun, have fun, have fun. For the third image, I'm thinking of a different color scheme. It's not a natural color scheme, but I want to explore it a bit. Like I want to make it dark. At the same time, I don't want it to be black. I want to make it colorful dark actually. I can put it that way. So it's more like a moonlit scene where the character is lit by moonlight and there is this ambient light. Okay, that's it. uh, I don't know, in the further process I think like it turned out to be a rainy scene. If you compare the back wall of these three images, they're almost different. Like those colors doesn't match. For the first scene, it's something like a grayish green, and the second scene it's like green, but it has like bluish shade and reddish tone. For the third scene, it's completely different. It has like blue color. At the same time, it's red. Yeah, I like to play with colors a lot. I like to mess it up. I want to mess around a lot. I like to learn something new. I want to explore something. So I don't worry about it. I suggest the same for you. I don't know, in half I thought like I'll turn it into something like a rainy scene. I'm not sure whether it turned out good, but I like the color in it, the reflections. I was cool about it, so I left it. Even this scene is gonna be a night scene and it's gonna light lit by a moonlight. But I figured out like I've never turned on the street light in any of the pictures, so I turned it on here. Okay, when compared to sunlight, street light has a really short fall off distance. First, fall off distance is a distance a light from a source can travel before losing its intensity completely. If you see properly, the street light has a fall off distance of around 50 meters or like 60 maybe, and sun has like millions of kilometers. Okay, so the street light barely touches the monster, and as the moonlight is diffused by clouds, it doesn't produce any harsh shadows. At the same time, the street light produces cooler shadows for the monster. Okay, now we'll talk about how to create this color keying properly. To do so, you have to paint only in like thumbnail size sketch because it's only about the feel and not about the details. Okay, keep that in mind always. And try to use the brush as big as possible so it will avoid you from doing detailing. Okay, and you don't have to detail it this much. It's almost like rendered image if you see it. So you don't have to go this far. Just try to bring in the feel that you wish for. And that's it. Then leave it. Try to explore something different. And remember this, none of this painting should take more than 25 minutes to complete. Okay, so try to work as fast as possible and as less detailed as possible and explore something more. You don't have to stick with only 4 images. You can do 6, 8, 12 as much as you want, but try to be fast and quick as possible. And one final and important advice for you, always find an excuse to go out and do some live sketches every now and then. It helps you improve your coloring knowledge and skill. That's it for this video, and I hope you learned something from this. If you like this video, click on the like and subscribe button, and if you find it useful, share it with your friends. Meet you in the next video. Bye.